AI is moving at an absolutely insane pace, right? So here are the signals you really need to be paying attention to this week. Okay, let's get into it.
We're going to kick things off with a huge question, something that's really shaking up the entire industry right now. It's a pretty bold claim, and honestly, it sets the stage for everything else we're going to talk about today.
All right, so the whole debate around AGI, artificial general intelligence, it's been going on forever. But it just got a massive jolt, and it's coming from one of the biggest names in venture capital.
So get this. This is a quote from Sequoia Capital, and it's basically them saying, hey, forget everything you thought you knew about AGI from the movies. Their new definition is super practical. If an AI agent can just work on its own for 30 minutes without you holding its hand, that's it. That's functionally AGI. And you got to realize this isn't just moving the goalposts. This is basically saying the ball is already in the end zone for a lot of companies right now. And of course, this race to build these super autonomous AIs, well, it's kicking off an absolute war behind the scenes. We're talking about a battle for data, for dollars, and for total dominance. And here's a perfect example of that data war. Wikipedia. For years, all the big tech companies just scraped its data for free to train their models. Well, that party's over. Wikimedia now has an enterprise arm, and they're charging big bucks for premium access. It just proves a really crucial point. If you want to build the best AI, you still have to pay up for quality, human-made knowledge. Okay, now let's see how this platform war is actually playing out for you, the user. On one side, you've got the king, Google Translate. We've all used it. But now, OpenAI is coming right at them with ChatGPT Translate. They both handle tons of languages, sure. But look at that key feature for ChatGPT, style presets. Imagine telling it, hey, make this sound more professional for a business email. That's a level of control Google just doesn't have right now. It's a direct shot right at one of Google's core products. All right, let's switch gears and talk about speed, because the velocity of the AI market right now is just mind-blowing. The numbers are almost impossible to wrap your head around, and there's one company that is the perfect poster child for this hypergrowth. Higgsfield. Maybe you've heard of them, maybe you haven't, but their new valuation is $1.3 billion. And we're not talking about some old-school tech giant here. This is a company that's completely changing the game in AI video generation, and they're doing it at a ridiculous pace. But honestly, the valuation isn't even the craziest part. It's this. They hit a $200 million annual run rate. That means they went from $100 million to $200 million in just 2 months. Let that sink in. 2 months. To put that into perspective, that's growing faster than even OpenAI did in its early days. It's just incredible. And this isn't just some financial smoke and mirrors. This is real growth fueled by a huge active user base. We're talking 15 million users churning out 4.5 million videos every single day. It's no wonder they've become the absolute go-to tool for anyone doing social media marketing. Okay, so that's the high-level view of the market. It's wild, right? But now, let's bring it down to earth and get practical. Here are a few new tools I've been watching that show you exactly where this tech is heading. So this week's toolkit has 4 tools, and each one tackles a really specific and honestly pretty annoying problem. We've got something for automating your schedule, one for connecting all your business apps, another for making sense of messy company data, and a last one for analyzing text in a snap. First up is Workmate. And I love this because the idea is just so smart and simple. You know that horrible back and forth email chain trying to schedule a meeting? Yeah, that's gone. You just CC this AI assistant and it handles everything. Shares your calendar, follows up with the person, and just puts the final meeting on your schedule. Problem solved. Okay, next is Affint, and this one scales things up quite a bit. The best way to think about it is like a central nervous system for your entire business. It plugs into over 500 different tools you already use, your Salesforce, your Slack, you name it. Then you can build these little AI agents that run entire workflows for you, like automatically pulling live data into a branded report. It's super powerful stuff. Now for a problem that literally every single large company struggles with: data chaos. You've got information scattered everywhere, in spreadsheets, in Slack, in emails. It's a mess. Storytel is built to solve exactly that. It digs through all that scattered data from every department to pull out the insights that actually matter, helping teams figure out what's going on and fix problems way, way faster. Okay, so for our final takeaway, let's zoom all the way back out. Remember how we started this whole thing talking about autonomous AI agents? Well, let's look at what happens when you take that idea out of the software world and apply it to actual physical hardware in probably the highest stakes environment you can imagine. 556 days. Think about that. A little over a year and a half. What can you build in that time? Well, if you're the defense tech company Anduril, you can build a fully autonomous fighter jet. I'm not kidding. From a completely blank slate to a flying prototype in under 18 months. That kind of speed is it's unheard of. We haven't seen a program move that fast since the Korean War.
So you have to ask, how is that even possible? How did they do it? Well, Anduril's founder Palmer Luckey says it all comes down to their philosophy. They completely flipped the script on failure. For them, a failed test isn't a failure at all. It's a win. Every single crash, every bug is just more data. It's what allows them to learn and iterate at a speed no one else can match. And that really brings us to the final and maybe most important question. When you combine this incredible speed with this level of autonomy, when you can go from an idea to a piece of autonomous hardware like a fighter jet in just 556 days, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What's going to be built next?